everyone, I am Aisha Tehseen with Spark Asia News headlines. Let's get to stories of the day. Two Indian Navy workshop raised Guam to participate in the Malabar Naval Exercise. In exercise, all four member nations of the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue on the Quad, India, Australia, Japan and the US have been participating since 2020. The exercise is scheduled to begin on August 26. Indian government is considering a ban on both the function of the All-Party Hurriyat Conference under the Unlawful Activities Prevents Act. The ban will allow security agencies to arrest any officer barrier for being associated with the Hurriyat and block law of funds. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi along with Defence Minister Rajnath Singh have paid tribute to former Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Kalyan Singh, who died last evening. Kalyan Singh was the Uttar Pradesh CM when Babri Masjid was demolished in Ayodhya on 6 December 1992. The Border Security Force of India has fired at a flying object along the Indo-Pak international border in Arnia sector of Jammu district. The area is being scanned by the security forces, but nothing has been found so far. An 11-member delegation from Bihar, led by Chief Minister Nitish Kumar on Monday, called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi, demanding a caste-based consensus across the country. Now we are waiting for the decision of PM on our request, said the leader of opposition Bihar Assembly, Tejashi Prasad Yadav said. 10 people have arrested so far for allegedly raising pro-Pakistan slogans during a Muharram event in Ujjain. The development comes a day after some right-wing organization and religious leaders called staged demonstrations and demanding tough actions by the police who had raised pro-Pakistan slogans in the Gita colony. Tensions along the 164.6 kilometers dispute borders between Assam and Mizoram raised up again, with Assam accusing its neighboring state of constructing a bridge it is territory and or allegedly stealing constructions material from the site. However, Mizoram officials said that the bridge was being constructed on its site of Zofia near Babri town. Pakistan and India have issued assignment visa to each other's diplomats after a gap of around 28 months, as both sides are trying to normalize ties that have been on ice since 2019. Pakistan issued visa to 33 Indian officials, while 7 Pakistani diplomats received assignment visa from India. The delay in resumption of flights between India and Bangladesh under the bilateral air bubble agreement has come as a big disappointment for leading hospital and hospitality tourism sector in Kolkata and Chennai. At least 2 hospitals had already begun their paperwork for getting patients from across the border. 8 to 10% of patients across hospitals in Kolkata used to be from Bangladesh till the COVID-19 pandemic gripped the two countries. The water level of rivers in the northern parts of Bangladesh continue to increase due to heavy monsoon rain. The flood situation has worsened in 6 districts of country. Several million people in Kurigram, Netrakona, Bogora, Nayagon, Jamlapur and Berham-Beria district have been. Moran farmers are worried due to extensive damage caused to the seasonal crops. Bangladesh is ready to get first maritime runway in 2024. Runway at Cox's Bazar Airport to be extended by 1,700 feet, effectively running it into an international airport. The new 10,700 feet runway will allow much larger aircraft to take off and land at the airport, paving the way for it to operate international flights. A memorandum of understanding has been signed between Egypt Air and ALO Dhaka Aviation Ltd in Cairo to operate 2 scheduled Dhaka-Cairo flights every week. Although the state-owned flag carrier of Egypt is now operating at 65% of the capacity, it agreed to start Cairo-Dhaka-Cairo district flights to boost the country's vital tourism sector. As many as 123 hill-cutting incidents have been recorded in Chittagong area of Bangladesh from June 2003 to 2021. The Department of Environment has fined for people a total of 1.85 lakh of rising hills in different parts of Chittagong. Of the total number of Sri Lankan in Afghanistan numbering 86 so far, 46 have already been vacated. Foreign Minister Professor J.L. Prasad says Sri Lankan has appreciated the assistance provided by foreign government to evacuation process. TNL leader of Sri Lankan R. Sampanthan wants new constitution as soon as possible. R. Sampanthan said successive governments have promised to address the problems of the Tamils, especially when it comes to the north and the east. However, nothing has happened for 32 years. The current pandemic should not be used as an excuse to delay the formulation of a new constitution. The Sri Lankan government has announced a nationwide quarantine curfew from 10 p.m. Friday 20 August till Monday 30 August. During this period, all essential service, medical supply and distributions, agriculture and textile sectors can operate without any issue. Pakistan has sent a consignment comprising medical equipment to Sri Lanka to support its COVID-19 response. The medical equipment donated includes 75 Pakistani-made ventilators and 150 CPAP breathing aid machine. The Colombo Stock Exchange, stockbroker firms and exchange commissions of Sri Lanka have donated 9.6 million rupees worth COVID-19 related medical equipment to 10 hospitals around the country. The initiative made donations from multi-parameters monitors, syringes, pumps, high-flow nasal oxygen therapy device, CPAP machines, ECG machines, oxygen concentrators, a pipe medical gas systems, non-rebreathable masks, personal protective equipment and consumable. The Nepali government does not have data on the number of Nepali workers in Afghanistan, which is hampering advocated efforts. Nepal is depending on the United States and other Western nations as well as India to help in the vacated the foreign minister as they requested various requirement agencies to provide the exact number of Nepalis they sent to Afghanistan for work. According to the foreign minister, 296 Nepali citizens have been evacuated from Afghanistan so far. As the season of festivities enthuses Nepalis, the government has urged all and centre to avoid gathering in or around religious sites and to celebrate the festival as a formalities. The chief district officers of all the 77 districts have been directed to ask the authorities to control gathering at religious sites. 34 houses at Karani area of Nepal are at risk of landslides due to incessant rainfall. The locals were in constant fear due to landslides and complained that the local watch engineers did not pay attention, although they were informed of this risk again and again. Malaysian Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob struck a tone of reconciliation in inaugural public address, seeking to bring stability to a nation that has seen 3 premiers in 18 months. Ismail also extended an invitation to opposition leaders to be a part of the Nation Recovery Council that oversees the country plan to exit the pandemic. United States President Joe Biden said he was still planning to finalize the heartbreaking evacuated from Afghanistan by August 31, but left the door open to extending the deadline if necessary. He also added the efforts to evacuate people from Kabul airport are isolating with U.S. troops, increasing the size of the security parameters around Kabul Hamid Karzai International Airport. Mr. Biden said the Taliban were cooperative in expanding the zone amid ongoing U.S. efforts to evacuate its nationals as well as Afghanistan seeking refugee status. The United States administration has ordered to the use of commercial aircraft to help free people evacuated from Afghanistan. A Pentagon spokesperson said the aircraft would not fly into Kabul but would be used to transport people already fallen out. The hundreds of Taliban fighters have headed to the Panjshir Valley after local state officials refused to hand it over peacefully. In Panjshir, Ahmad Massoud, the son of legendary Mujahideen commander Ahmad Shah Massoud, has sought to assemble a force of around 9,000 people to counter the militants. Tropical storm Henry hit the coast of Rhode Island. It cut power to more than 120,000 households in Rhode Island and Connecticut as strong wind, heavy rain, or flooding are expecting to continue. Bouts of rain also led to a flash flooding from New Jersey to Massachusetts. Meanwhile, further south intense flash flooding has caused the death of at least 21 people. An alarming new study has revealed that cloth and surgical masks are only 10% effective in protecting from aerosols despite by COVID-19 infected people. The study done by University of Waterloo in Canada showed that the high-quality N95 and KN95 mask filter more than 50% of the exhaled aerosol that remain in the air indoors and can be inhaled by other people. World-class footballer Cristiano Ronaldo will remain as Juventus coach. Maximilian Allegri insisted while saying he had received insurance from the particle stars, dispelling rumors of a possible return to a Real Madrid. Allegri comments followed the 36-year-old on rejection of reports he was angling for a return to a Madrid under Carlo Ancelotti, calling such talk disrespectful. Pakistani Syed Imad Ali has made history by winning the World Youth Curveball Championship, becoming the only player to win the title twice. Imad Ali in the final defeated his opponents in 9 out of 13 games. The 10th and penultimate installment in the mega popular Fast and Furious franchise is set to resume into theaters by April 2023. While no reports about the cast have been finalized, franchise regulars like Vin Diesel, Tyrese Gibson, and Sung Kang are expected to return. However, Dwayne Johnson will not be returning in the 10th installment. 20th century sci-fi comedy Free Guy slipped but did not trip as it clung to the top spot in North American movies theaters with an estimated take of $18.8 million. In second position, earning $13 million for weekend was new Paramount release Paw Patrol the movie. The third spot went to Disney family adventure film Jungle Cruise with $6.2 million. For more updates, stay tuned to Spark Asia.